In this section, let's learn about one of the most important concepts, and I think is the one that you will use quite often and one that will enable you to do really great things with Java, and that is interfaces. So interfaces allows us to achieve something known as polymorphism. So polymorphism pretty much just means many forms. So let me just say equals to, and then many, and then forms. So to introduce you to polymorphism, let's actually start with this example. So here, I'm going to say south. So here, I'm going to say 1 plus, and then 1. And also, if I duplicate this line, I'm going to say 1, and then basically a string, just like that. So in here, have a look at these two lines. So line number 9 and line number 10. So we have 1 plus 1, and then 1 in quotes, plus, and then 1 in quotes. Now, if you think about it, the result for this, so this will be 2, so this will be 2, and this will be 11, correct? So if I just say 11 there, so these will be the results, right? And if you don't believe me, so let me just comment this line in here, and I'll come back to this in a second. So let's just comment this just like that. And if I run this, you can see that we have 2 and 11. Now this is obvious, right? Because here we have numbers. So we are actually adding two numbers together. So we're performing an arithmetic operation. And here we're just concatenating strings together, right? But have a look, the plus sign. So the plus sign has many forms. Why is that? Well, in here it adds two numbers when it sees primitives, but when it sees integers, it has a completely different form, and that is concatenating these two strings together. So this is the meaning of polymorphism, many forms. Also, let's have a look at this example. So in here, so if I basically show you the cats and dogs, let's go back to this example. So have a look. So we have private static void cats and dogs. So I've just extracted this from method. And if I create a loop, so let's just basically have a loop in here. So I'm going to say animal, and this will be animal arrays, just like that, equals 2, and then cat, and let's also pass dog. And if I do it for each, so for or animals dot and then 4, and now I can say dog and cat make sound, but here I'm just going to say animal. Just going to say animal in here. And what I want you to see now, and if I invoke this method, so let's just invoke this, so cats and dogs, and you have this from the previous example, right? But if I run this, have a look, we've got meow and then woof, woof. Now, this animal in here that we pass, this also has many forms, right? Because in here, animal, dog equals to new dog. So this is one form of animal. Animal cat equals to new cat. This is also another form. So you can see that animal has many forms. And when you invoke the make sound, it will either bark or do meow meow, right? So you can see that this line in here has many forms. So the same with the plus sign. The plus sign has many forms. So we've learned about abstract classes, but I didn't actually spoke about polymorphism, but the power of this is amazing. And we're going to learn about interfaces in this section, which is really useful to achieve polymorphic code. And it's also very useful when you want to test your applications, and you'll see how all of this will come together. But to be honest, this is polymorphism in action. Also, let me just uncomment this. So here, so we could actually do the exact same thing here, right? So I can say basically here, this will be, yeah, so actually without a dot there. And here, let's just remove that and then uncomment. And if I extract this to a variable, so this is the previous example. So this guy right here. So this is number extracted report, right? So number extracted report. But equally, we could say that this is the actual abstract class, right? So have a look. We have the extracted report class, which is abstract. So you know that we cannot instantiate it by itself, but we can have different subclasses. So here, have a look. So this is one, and this is another. So here equals, or just like that, equals to new, and then this is email, just like that, and this should be email. Email extracted report, and I can say that, right? So if I want to, but obviously, so this is the exact same example as the one that I've showed you with cats and dogs, but here we could actually say, so we could have a loop, or let's just say extracted report, and then here I'm going to say reports equals to, and let's just pass both the number as well as email, right? So it should be email and not email. So email, just like that, and this is email. So if you see now what we have, and I'm missing there square brackets, indent this, but have a look. So extracted report. Now it doesn't really matter. So if I say reports dot for, have a look, report, I can say report dot, and then I can invoke the method prepare and send the report. And here I can actually say the path, and have a look. Now inside of this loop, this report also has many forms, i.e. it can be an email extracted report or a number extracted report. So you can see that it will basically do two different things. So hopefully now you understand the meaning of polymorphism. So this is the way that I was taught, many years ago, and actually was with, the plus sign. But here I'm just giving you extra examples so you see that what is polymorphism. Next, let's jump into interfaces.